Let's have a look now at the tourbillon. Tourbillon is quite an interesting complication. It has been invented a long time ago to compensate the effects on Earth gravity. Why is that? Because actually, gentlemen in the old times were wearing their waistcoat and were wearing their pocket watch in their waistcoat, always vertical. And the escapement in a pocket watch was actually subject to the Earth gravitation, and it was affecting the precision of the chronometry. So this very inventive system called the tourbillon will allow the escapement to be in a cage rotating every minute. How is that? First, let's have a look. 1801 is the year where Abraham Louis Breguet invented the tourbillon. It is a very long time ago, and it was a big feat in watchmaking that just only a handful of other watchmakers have grasped, like James Pellaton or Albert Pellaton-Favre or Constant Girard from Girard-Perregaux. And over the two centuries that were actually 18th and 19th century, only small hundreds of tourbillons have been produced. So it's very, very low number. Then fast forward into the 20th century, the first tourbillon on a wristwatch was brought by Omega in 1947. The rotating tourbillon was making a turn in 7.5 minutes. Then, of course, all the other makes have followed suit. Patrick Philippe in 1960. 85 was the first flying tourbillon. It's a different kind of tourbillon brought by Vincent Calabrese. Then the next year, Audemars Piguet brought the automatic tourbillon. And then starting 1990s, really the craze for tourbillon really started. It is interesting to note that even on the 20th century, only a few hundred tourbillons were produced. It is crazy because now it's a very popular complication, but it wasn't until the end of the 20th century. There are some distinctive features of every tourbillon watch. First, usually you have a dial opening that, of course, shows the majesty of the escapement going round, but not always. Some watchmakers have decided to hide their tourbillon, and it's only visible on the back. Then you see actually rotating the whole escapement within this window, and it's actually doing a turn in 1 minute, and it allows, therefore, to have the second hand attached to it and to display the second. Then the tourbillon, of course, is here to improve the precision of the watch. But what is affecting the precision of the watch in general? Of course, the Earth gravity, we've seen that. Shocks and wear is also affecting the chronometry of the watch. And so this is why you need to service and oil the movement on a regular basis and avoid the shocks, because it's a very tiny, precise technical feat that needs to be protected. The temperature also has an influence, and there is usually a temperature compensating device within the escapement of the watch. And also, of course, the magnetism. The magnetism today that is present everywhere is a big enemy of the precision of your watch. But back to the tourbillon. Let's see how it works. So the principle is very simple. All objects are attracted downwards. You, me, the watch, of course, is. As I said before, on the pocket watch that is always vertical, then it affects negatively the chronometry. So if you make the whole balance wheel and escapement rotating, then it will auto-compensate the gravity because it will beat always at a different angle. And it was very important at the time. Is it still today? Well, much less, because you're naturally compensating the effects of gravity by moving in your normal life. So on a wristwatch, a tourbillon, is it really improving your chronometry? I don't know, but it's a very high technical feat indeed. Of course, there are different types of tourbillon, like the chronograph, like every complication, there's not only one. The classic tourbillon, as we've seen, There is a flying tourbillon with no bridge above it that allows the majesty of the tourbillon to be seen. And then there are very different variations, inclined, multiple axes, orbital tourbillon, that we don't have the time to discuss here, but they are also limitless in terms of imagination.